Aquarius, I'm Christy, you're watching Tiny Turtle Tarot, and this is your reading for the week ahead. As always, if anything I say resonates, please let me know by liking and subscribing. Let's get on with your reading. What's going on for Aquarius for the coming week? All big things, the World and the Death card, and I split the deck. Big stuff. Okay, what's happening for you, Aquarius? The Chariot. This is travel, this is movement, this is also success in whatever you're doing. Justice to ground it, there could be a contract being signed. If not, there's just something going in your favor. There's a fair outcome, and it could be like you could have been on like a losing streak, because this is a winning streak. So the fact that this feels so strong and it's big energy, it's major, so it's like major winning streak, means I feel like you've been dealing with the opposite. I feel like you've been like, this isn't going in my way, this isn't this isn't this, whereas you're about to be everything flowing in your favor, everything working out well, very positive energy. Six of Swords, yeah, look, there's a little tortoise. Everything working easily for you. Six of Swords is calmer waters after being in a bit of turmoil, which is just like I said, you're coming out of the opposite and into the positive. You're coming out of negativity into positivity. Something's just the flip side, and because it's the opposite of what you've been experiencing, it's even more delightful, if that makes sense. It's like a kid that's never had ice cream having ice cream, but they've only ever eaten like cauliflower. I don't know, there's something where it's better because you've not experienced this level of positivity before, or something like that. Oh yeah, Five of Cups reversed. Five of Cups is grief, disappointment, sadness. It was reversed. So it's almost as if, as well, Five of Cups is looking at things from a glass half empty perspective. You could be overly optimistic as a person. So even though things haven't been going in your favor, you haven't admitted it, or you haven't really looked at things as bad as they were. Like, you're like, well, this is happening and this is happening, but at least I'm not Nancy. I don't know, there's something where you kind of always manage to find a reason why you should carry on being happy. And so you've not really looked at how bad things are. So when things start getting good and you start having ice cream or something, you're like, oh, I was appreciating cauliflower as it was. I was somehow enjoying it. Like, I was making the most of my cauliflower. So this ice cream suddenly, wow, like you didn't know you could be this happy because you thought you already were happy. With this Five of Cups reversed, it's like you were in the Five of Cups, but you weren't admitting it to yourself. And so because of that, you were like, you're just not aware of how bad things have been or something. You're not aware of, yeah, I just feel like you've not been having the most positive outcome, or you haven't been having much luck, but you've been still looking on the bright side, carrying on, and even if things weren't going your way, even if you got pooped on by a bird, even if you got a flat tire, you were still happy, or you still remained happy no matter what was going on. You might be that person in your friend or family group that is always lifting other people up, and so it's almost like now things start going your way, you're going to go, what? I didn't know this. I didn't know this could happen. I don't know, it's very it's almost bittersweet from my end seeing it, because I feel like you haven't let yourself be sad. I feel like you haven't let yourself be down for very long. And obviously you shouldn't stay down for long, and you shouldn't be sadder than you need to, but it's almost like you've avoided a lot of emotions that you should have felt at the time, that you might feel. They might come out now in tears of joy when you're very happy in the near future, because you do have a winning streak and you do have a lucky streak coming. You might find yourself crying tears of joy because you have to let out that emotion somehow, and so all these sad emotions that you've kind of ignored, pushed aside, might now come out when you're happy, because it's almost like, whoa, I didn't realize how sad I was, if that makes sense. It's like, I didn't realize how bad things were. I knew they were bad, but I didn't realize they were that bad until I started experiencing all this good stuff. Yeah, you might have, yeah, there's this energy. It's quite emotional. It's quite like, it's very happy. There's a lot of happiness, but it's also like, oh, that means I put myself through this, or I don't know why I got that come through. I put myself through this. I don't think you put yourself through anything. It's just you've put up with other people's stuff for too long or something. You've put up with other people's emotions. I don't know. I don't know what it is for every one of you, but it's just this energy of you going, oh, I put up with that for so long, and maybe I should have left sooner. Maybe you're leaving, especially with the Chariot and the Six of Swords. You could be leaving a situation, or leaving a certain frame of mind, or just leaving your life into a better one. And with that energy, you're like, whoa, I didn't realize how sad I was. It's basically this energy until you're so happy. What else is coming through? Four of Pentacles. Look, she's got her suitcases packed. So there's this energy of you being a little bit protective of the things you're bringing into a next phase of your life, or into moving. You might be packaging. I'm seeing lots of bubble wrap. So if you are moving, it's like you're double wrapping everything with bubble wrap, because you're very protective of your stuff. I don't think this is very it's not very emotional energy. It's more of genuine you being worried about your physical stuff. Very protective of physical things. You might have lots of nice things. Very Queen of Pentacles energy. That you're like, oh, I need to protect that. What else? What else is going on? This could also be a child, because like, look how she's holding that. You could have a child or a grandchild, or could even be a niece or a nephew or something, but you wrap them in bubble wrap because you're very protective. But yeah, that's this energy of whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, you're very protective of something or someone. Four of Cups coming through. 444. Lots of fours here. Four of Cups is rejection. What's this coming out? This energy is flipped a little bit. Ace of Cups, Eight of Wands, the Sun. I did tell you there was lots of happiness, but it's like this happiness is like you've not felt this happy ever, so it's like you're gonna feel a little bit like I don't know why I'm doing this with my hands, but it's a little bit out of sorts for you, and you might not know how to handle it. Could you have Ace of Cups, which is new love, or healing, or you're healing through love or something. And with the Eight of Wands here, there's some type of communication or some type of conversation that you're going to have with someone in love. If you're in a relationship, there's going to be very healing, because Ace of Cups is healing. So it's something that's going to be very healing for you that you might have been ignoring or not wanting to talk about, but talking about something will heal you. I'm getting something about healing your insides, which is very strange. Like it's almost like you might have been having, it's a very strange thing to say, but there might be something on the inside that's been hurting you, but it's actually been emotional pain that you've been holding on to, that the conversation will heal, because by exposing it, right? That's the Sun, and like the Sun doesn't see the insides of your body, so you have to speak them, you have to say them. The Sun only sees your skin, right? There's something that's not usually in the light that will be revealed, that will be very healing for you, that you might have been putting off talking about. What else? What else is happening for you, Aquarius? Two of Swords, overthinking. Okay, what are you overthinking? Hierophant. This could be about commitment or a marriage or something. You might be like wanting to get married or wanting to commit to someone, or there could be just something here that you're overthinking doing. And this is conforming to society's expectations sometimes. So there might be something that is expected of you that you're very much like overthinking whether or not to do. So whether or not this is you wanting kids, whether this is you wanting to get married, there's something where you're really overthinking your next step or what you're expected to do, and it's like, let go of that. Who cares what people expect you to do? Push that away. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Like, just figure that out, because there's something where you might be overthinking, oh, my mum wants me to get married, my dad keeps asking me to get married, or I want a baby, or I want to do this, or I want to do this, or it could even be about what you expected you to do in the past. So maybe in the past you said, I'll never get married, or in the past you said, I'll never have a baby, and now you're like overthinking, like, oh, I kind of want that now. I kind of want that, and you're like, oh, I don't want to, and it's like, who cares? If you said something in the past, you were a different person. You didn't know everything you know now. You haven't felt everything you know. You feel right now, if that makes sense. You're a completely different person. I believe anyway. You didn't have the experiences you have today. So maybe in the past you said you only wanted a kid, and now you want 4, right? There's something where you're overthinking, and this could even be with the Hierophant. I don't know why I'm just getting someone older than you. That could be a teacher, it could just be a parent energy. You're like overthinking what someone will think of you. Almost like, I don't know why I'm getting somebody who's like gonna say you caved in or something. So maybe you're gonna do something that your partner wanted. So maybe your partner really wanted a baby, and you in the past said, I never ever want a baby or something, And this is such a silly way to put it. Maybe it's going to be more about like marriage, and your partner's going to be like, I always want to get married, and you're going to be like, I never cared about that. But now that I'm thinking about it, it would be quite nice. And there's something about you kind of doing what people expect you to do, but then you're overthinking about like, oh, people are going to think I'm doing it for him, or people are going to think I'm just caving in to what he wants. Who cares? There's something saying, especially with Two of Swords here, if that was just the Ace of Swords, it would be you just communicating to people very clearly, actually, I'm doing it because I want to do it. So maybe there's a need here for you to get out of your head and just communicate and just start telling people, yeah, I'm going to get married, by the way. I know I said I'd never do it, but suddenly I kind of want to do it. Like, there's something about just being very honest with yourself and then talking to others about it very honestly. Instead of worrying about what people will think, just tell them. Just tell them, like, I know you're going to think I'm caving in, but I actually, the more I think about it, the more I actually really want this with this person. So there you go. There's something about you might be holding your tongue, worrying, when you could just speak openly and sort something out, if that makes sense. But you don't realize you're capable of it. Like, you don't realize you could just talk it out. You might think this person, if it's with a particular parent figure or something like that, or just someone older and wiser or something, you're like, oh, they're gonna think this of me. There's something about just talk to someone. It could even be an older sibling. There's something about, like, you just say something to someone and they're gonna see it. Instead of worrying that they'll take something a different way, or like, there's something where you might be somebody that doesn't usually do what the crowd's doing, and suddenly you want to do something that the crowd is doing, is basically what I'm trying to say. And you want to be very clear that you're not doing it just to do it. Like, there could even be something about a trend at the moment coming through. Like, there's a trend of people suddenly all, I don't have a good example. I don't have a good example at all, but there could be a trend of everybody starting new businesses, and they're all starting their own businesses, and you're like, oh crap, I was about to launch my new thing. Now Cindy next door's done it, Samantha over the road's done it, my friend Kelly's done it. I was about to launch my new business, but they're all going to think I'm copying them. There's something saying, just do it. Don't worry about it. Don't overthink it. Your thing with the Hierophant, I think, is actually going to last longer than Kelly, Cindy, and Samantha's. Not that it's a competition, but it's almost like this is long term, is what I'm trying to say. So it's like, well, even if for a split second they do think you're copying them, or just because of the weird timing, who cares? Because it's not the truth. And just having a conversation with them, being like, oh my gosh, guys, this is so weird, we're all doing this at the same time, but I swear I've been in the works for months. Just have a conversation if you're worried, or don't even bother, like, who cares? There's something where it's all at the weird time of you thinking, like, oh, this looks like I've copied, or this looks like I'm doing this because of this, and just do what you want to do, Aquarius. Just do what you want to do, and no matter what, if it makes you happy. And also just communicate, right? Communication is the key to everything. Just communicate and to make it, because I think our minds get us lost, and then this person might be worrying this, and whereas just speaking it is going to reveal the truth. What else? I'll get you one more card. Six of Cups. So somebody also, this could be something of you returning to doing something you wanted to do in childhood. Seven of Wands also, like, you're very protective of something, or even protective of a child, but something you wanted to do. I always get grandmother energy with this, because she just looks like a grandmother, that elephant, doesn't she? So it's just this energy of you looking back, or you looking, if you are a grandmother or grandfather, there's something of you looking down at your grandkids or something and going, oh, okay. Like, they're going to remind you of, like, what it is to be alive, of, like, oh, it's simple. You just do what makes you happy, and you play with the toys that make you happy, and you go to where it makes you happy. Something about looking at things more simply this week, just, like, what makes you happy? What do you want to do? What do you want to do right now in this moment? And then go do it. Yeah, you could be being caught up in your head about where to go, what to do, what to spend your time doing, and it's like, well, just look at this little baby elephant. They're just doing whatever they feel like and when they feel like it. They're not planning ahead. Yeah. I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you so much for watching. If anything I said resonated, please let me know by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next Tuesday for Tiny Total Tarot Tuesdays.